Past 3 o'clock, so time to get underway with today's proceedings, being of course the sale by way of public auction number 42 Maritime Terrace, where we see whose time it is to have a change of tenure and ownership. Interestingly to note that the last time that this property was transacted, I think young Terrace was 3 years away from being born. So certainly, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a tightly held property since 1981 and again we thank you for waiting all that time. The property, of course, it is more formally described as being an estate in cross lease. We've got two cross lease titles that we sell to you as one property here today, so something quite special. If you did want to go down the path of doing something with the rear site, you've got that opportunity. The garage is sitting over the driveway, so that would have to be dealt with. But again, ladies and gentlemen, two half shares of 811 square metres of land up for grabs. Exciting proposition, as I said. Also, thank you for those that gave me a chance to upskill with my technology. We are live streaming this. We've turned off the mute button, have we? Good. We've pressed the go button. We're going. Okay, great. So certainly to those of you that are home that didn't want to physically attend here today, good luck with your participation as well. The chattels, as per the documentation that's been in circulation, settlement date is the 31st of August 2020, unless you've arranged something different with our owners prior to the auction commencing and starting. The rules are simple and straightforward. As you'd expect, I have been given a reserve price. As you'd expect, your job as the bidders is to get the bidding up and over that reserve price, and as you'd expect, if we can achieve that, I will then sell the property to whoever is the highest bidder, whose bid I choose to accept. I'm going to nominate the incremental sums of which we move forward. If you don't like my suggestions, you can yell something different out at me, but I do reserve the right to refuse any bid that I deem not in my owner's best interest. You are bidding today on a cash and unconditional basis with all of your own homework and due diligence completed ahead of today's auction. We do potentially have one telephone bidder joining us. If you see Jackie bidding on in behind, she is representing clients that cannot be in attendance. And certainly we just make that announcement with full disclosure. My sellers, well, they've given me instructions to bid on their behalf if required. That is their right to engage in what we refer to as vendor bidding. And if you hear me say that I'm placing a bid for my vendor, it is usually because you're choosing not to bid, and always only ever because we're still below the reserve price. If you don't want me to do it, just bid yourself. I'm absolutely fine working with you all in that regard. If we have a disputed bid, I'm going to take the first bid that I see, so bid nice and quickly. My sellers do have the right to withdraw the property from sale at any stage without disclosing their reserve price. And here's the fun part: our new owner, of which there can only be one, you'll be found when the contract comes down like so in your favour. I'm going to say congratulations. Usually everyone gives you a small but appropriate applause, and then, ladies and gentlemen, by your bidding actions you are agreeing to join us inside and sign the documentation. When you sign the contract, you are evidencing the sale. You're also acknowledging that you've received a copy of our New Zealand Residential Sale and Purchase Agreements Guide. And finally, we require from you a deposit. Standard contract calls for 10%, unless you've arranged something different with Travis and our owners prior to the auction starting, or unless you want to pay us more than 10%, that is more than likely going to be okay. So guys, good luck to you all. A lovely big family home, and if you're here with family or thinking of having a family, I see lots of them starting here. This is going to work incredibly well for you. I love the fact that we've got this whole lot of separation as well, space below. A lot of families say to me, Andrew, you know, we love each other, we love our children, we love each other, but also we love from time to time having a bit of time and space away from each other. This is a home that will allow you to live both together and apart. Translating that for you, it'll allow you to live in greater harmony at all time. Watch your children get excited if you do keep the land at the rear, because that is something that's pretty special. And of course, we sit on the side of the street that enjoys wonderful, wonderful afternoon sun. We've got this lovely view out to Rangitoto, a peak of the water as well, which just reminds you how close you are to everything that you need to be close to. And if you like entertaining, again, this area I reckon is going to get used a whole lot. So buyers, good luck to you all. Whether you're here looking for land, whether you're looking for a wonderful family home, we offer all of that in spades. And of course, that half share section, that is like an insurance policy. If you ever wanted to cash flow something later down the line, you've got that at your beck and disposal. Of course, you need to get rid of the garage. But all that, ladies and gentlemen, those opportunities I leave over to you. If we now need to find out, though, whose name goes next on the title, what you're prepared to pay, and who's prepared to pay the most. Would somebody like to start me away with an opening bid or offer? or after that long presentation you go straight to the end with a finishing bid. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Who goes first? Statistically, you've got a better chance of winning if you start. And we've got $1.5 million maybe to get me underway. Both titles up for grabs. We sell them as one, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well, I'll start on behalf of the seller at $1.5 million. Often at my auctions, nobody wants to start. Hard to finish though if you don't engage. At $1.5 million there, maybe 50s to move me forward there. Somebody like to have a go at $1,550,000.
Yep.
Bid now at 5.5. At $1,550,000, would you like to have a go on the inside at 1.6, ma'am? $1.6 million, would you help me out? I don't want to beg. At 1.550, winning bid here. First time calling it away. Second time I call it now at 1,550,000.
1.6 with me.
1.6 in behind. At 1.6 against your bid of Trev, we go to 6.5 now. At 1,650,000 to put you back in front, or is it just the one bid today? At $1.6 million, I say 6.5 for the seller. I'll just keep things rolling along. Doesn't bother me in the slightest, and I look for 7 now. At $1.7 million, do you come with me now? 1.7, plenty of bang for your buck at these numbers, I would have thought. At 1,650,000 for the seller now, first time.
7.5?
Taking 50s, I'll go to 7, sir, if that's okay. 1.7. 1.7 then for the seller, below my selling instructions, being to a bit of 1.7 now. At $1.7 million on behalf of the seller, as I said, we've got the two sites up for grabs now. First time calling it away and counting down 3 times at 1.7 on behalf of the seller. Second time calling it away at $1.7 million.
We'll match 1.7.
Okay, your money's better than mine. $1.7 million, put them in front at $1,700,000 now. At 1.7 now, just waiting. Okay, no problems for me and my good family. I charge by the outtake as long as you need. At $1.7 million there. Do we go to 7.5? I'll tell you when you're overpaying. You're absolutely fine at these numbers. 172, why not? 1,720,000 now, new face in the race, and off we go at 1,720,000. Any instructions in behind? At 172 I've got now. 31, 174, or maybe straight to 175. It just looks neater on the contract and easier for me to work out the deposit. At 1,720,000 the bid now. All done, silent finish, and I'd be surprised. First time now.
1.74.
7.4 it is now, 1,740,000, and look what you've started. Happy to keep working with you in 20s at 7.6, is it? It is now, 1,760,000 the bid there. At 1,760 I've got an 80s next if we stick with this strategy here. 1,760,000, and it's only money. What else would you do with it anyway? First time calling it away, and how about those banks making it easy for you to spend a little extra with me today? Second time now at 1,760,000. We're done. Appreciate your bidding today. Third final call then at 1,760,000.
178.
7.8 the bid now. 1,780 is a straight to 1.8. Not my fault you've got good taste and others like it as well. This is the only sad thing about buying really good real estate with really good real estate. Usually more than one person wants it. That's why it's really good real estate. That's why you usually have to pay just a little bit more. Do we go to 1.8? That would be great, and not just because it rhymes. At 178 here. First time now. Take a deep breath, smile and bid. Second time. 7.9, we chip away. 7.9 is it? I'm assuming 1.8's yours. 1.8. At 1.8, 8.10 the bid now. 20 is it, sir? At 1,810,000 on the inside. First time calling it away at 1,810,000 the bid now. Second time calling it away at 1.810. 182. 182, but it was slower. Go straight back at 3. 183. 183 now bid. At 184 and 184 now bid. At 184 and 5. 5 to bid and 6. Okay, 6 and 7 is it, sir? 187 or straight to 1.9. Wasn't a joke. I'll tell you when I'm doing jokes. 186 bids here. First time. Do we go to 7, sir? 8.7 it is now. 8.7, 8.8, 1 minute, 8.9, 1.9 and 10. We've got 1.9 here. First time calling it away at $1.9 million. A lot of bang for your buck here. Second time now at 1.9 the bid. Third time calling it away at $1.9 million. Absolutely sure, sir? How old are you, Trek? 36, it wasn't a trick question, so 39 years since the property's last been on the market. I tell you what, stay here 39 years, the extra 10 I require of you now, you're not even going to notice it. At $1.9 million, all done. Well, at $1.9 million, I'm below my selling instructions. I do need to pause and have a conversation with the owners. Big day for them. If anyone else would like me to be pausing right now, talking to them first, and it's not as bad as it sounds, because I am going to let you know what you need to do to win here today. I give you an opportunity quite quickly now. Put 10 on top at 19.10, and you earn that first right to have a quick chat. Otherwise, at 1.9, I'm talking here first. First time. Second time. Third time. Okay, guys, let's just get down here and have a please. I charge by the hour, this is why this is happening, but we'll be back with you in a couple of moments' time with an update, and so just bear with us, not too far away. One second. All right, again, I thank you for your patience. Look what has transpired in that short period of time. There's a slight improvement in our offer to 1,955,000 at a 1,955 after a whole lot of years, a lifetime, or more than a lifetime for you, Trav. We are now on the market. We sell the property away at 1,955,000. If somebody would like a very, very late go, now would be a very appropriate time to join proceedings. Otherwise, I count it down and call it away 3 times. At 1,955,000. If you've got 5 or 1, anything, chuck it at me now, and happily I take it. Otherwise, for the first time at 1,955,000, second time, third time, call it away at 1,955,000. I sell it. It goes. It goes. Sold down there below. Congratulations. There was that applause I promised you. Congratulations to you, to everyone else for coming along. We're super grateful. We look forward to seeing you again very soon at another Travis Smythe and Harcourt's auction. Good afternoon. It is still good afternoon. Thank you.